actually.
Thank you. I started the recording.
Perfect. Do we have any questions regarding the previous lesson before we start the next one? I think it's the last session has been uploaded. Am I right? I didn't check myself. That's why I'm asking if it has been done.
Yes, I have to say, Mr. Kamtsis sent the video.
Okay.
I didn't, but
Amazing.
Mr. Kamtsis said he did it. So if
Perfect.
anyone didn't receive the recorded video from the last makeup workshop, please inform me. You can write in the chat or say it now or after today's workshop.
Perfect.
For sure, you will have all the recorded workshops in the end of our lessons. So, we are ready for today's workshop by dear Mr. DIMITRIS FILIOS.
Thank you very much. Let's begin then.
Let's
I'm
begin.
sharing the screen. Is it enabled, Mr. Labrini?
Yes, it is.
It is enabled. Perfect. Give me some time.
Perfect. Perfect.
Great. Well, last time we spoke about the foundation and the different products and types of foundation we can find in the market. Today is a really it's the next session you need to learn regarding foundation in TV, cinema, and theater. Today will be all about makeup foundation in television, film, and stage performances. I decided personally to combine the three fields into one in order for you to observe the various differences in application and product selection, probably. Hopefully, by the end of today's session, you will be able to distinguish the variety of situations needing makeup along your career path and what to do in each situation. Then the differences in TV, film, and theater makeup. Film being the same as a cinema, right? Give me a moment to adjust something. Perfect. TV, theater, and cinema makeup each have unique requirements and techniques due to the different environments, lighting conditions, and the audience perspectives. Coverage and boldness regarding those two. Theater makeup is the heaviest and boldest of them all. TV makeup is balanced for close-up and medium shots of the camera, and cinema makeup is the most natural and precise. Regarding lighting adaptation, each medium requires adaptation to specific lighting conditions, with theater needing makeup that withstands bright stage lights, TV needing makeup for bright studio lights, and cinema requiring makeup that looks good under varied and often more natural lighting conditions. Cinema makeup requires the most attention to detail due to high resolution cameras, while theater makeup focuses on visibility from a distance. And TV makeup strikes a balance between detail and visibility. So TV makeup is something in between, we could say. The characteristics of TV makeup. The medium in which we can see the makeup is television screens, often in high definition detail. The studio lighting, this is a condition of a lighting, it's a studio lighting, which can be bright and harsh on the face or on the body, wherever we have applied makeup. The distance is a medium one in TV, and it can also be close-up shots, as well as a medium shot of a camera. And regarding the details, we can have high definition cameras that capture every detail nowadays. That wasn't the case some years prior. TV cameras used to be much more flat and opaque. They used to give a more how can I say, cakey appearance, more not well polished appearance. Now we have the tendency to use high definition cameras everywhere. So there's a really fine line between TV and cinema nowadays. The techniques of television. Regarding the foundation, we use a medium to full coverage foundation that matches the skin tone perfectly. High definition foundations are preferred to ensure a natural look on camera. We blend meticulously to avoid streaks or visible lines. We use a makeup sponge or brush for a seamless finish as well. And after applying a foundation, we lightly set with powder, with translucent powder, to prevent shine, focusing on the T-zone of the face, which is the most oily one. Regarding contour and highlight, we give a subtle contouring and highlighting to add dimension without looking too harsh on the face. Regarding blush and eye makeup, we give natural tones on the face. They are preferred. Eye makeup should define the eyes without being overpowering. Lipstick comes in natural shades that complement the skin tone, and the setting of the whole appearance is done with a setting spray. We ensure longevity and prevent makeup from melting under studio lights this way. Regarding cinema makeup or film makeup, you can see here the characteristics in which we can see the makeup, the medium is a film viewed on large screens or in high definition home theaters. Regarding the lighting conditions, they are varied, often being more natural or cinematic lighting. We can have outdoor conditions if we film outside, or a studio condition that we make it convincing as it could be outside, or if it's in a room. The makeup you apply should be okay with every condition of light. The distance, regarding the distance in which we see the faces of the actors are both close-ups and wide shots, but which are quite common. And regarding details, we have high-resolution cameras that capture intricate details, so you can even see the pore on the face. Regarding the techniques, we use high-definition foundations that provide a natural yet flawless finish. The foundation should match the skin tone exactly. The precision to application is also key, a key aspect. We use makeup sponges or brushes for a smooth and even application, and we pay extra attention to blending. Regarding powder, we use setting powder sparingly to avoid looking cakey. We focus on the T-zone to control shine, as we mentioned before. Contour and highlight, these must be really subtle, almost non-existent, may I add. And the natural contouring highlighting should enhance the face's natural structure without looking artificial. Blush and eye makeup should be natural and in realistic tones that enhance the actor's features without being too noticeable. Eye makeup should define the eyes subtly as well. Regarding lipstick, natural shades that complement the character and the scene requirements are ideal. And we also use a setting spray to keep makeup intact during long shooting days and various shooting conditions, sweat and whatever happens to the actor. And regarding theater makeup, you can see here the characteristics. We got a live audience viewing from a distance, which is the medium in which we can see the makeup. So we see the makeup with our own eyes from a distance. Regarding lighting, we have stage lighting, often very bright and colorful. So this may cause a big problem in our makeup if it's not made properly beforehand. The techniques we use, regarding the foundation, we use high coverage cream or pancake foundation that can withstand stage lights and sweat. We apply more heavily than everyday makeup to ensure it stands out under stage lights. And we also blend well, but don't worry about looking too natural. We generously use a big amount of powder. It can be compact or translucent powder to set the foundation and reduce shine as well. We put a lot stronger contouring and highlighting to define facial features and ensure they are visible from a distance. Bold colors and heavy application to make features stand out under stage lighting are ideal as well. Dramatic eye makeup with exaggerated eyeliner and eyeshadow are preferred as well. Regarding lipstick, we have bright, bold colors that are visible from a distance as well. And we also use heavy-duty setting spray to ensure makeup stays in place through sweat and long performances. We can also build up layers of setting spray. We can see related video here with different coverage of makeup. Let me adjust this for you. There we go.
Hi, I'm Romy Soleimani, and today I'm going to show you some of my favorite tricks for light, medium, and full coverage foundation. With any makeup look, you want to start with perfect skincare. You're going to get the results that you want when you treat your skin right. The first step to perfect skin is applying your moisturizer before your foundation. You want to add extra moisturizer in the upper cheekbone area, below the lower corner of your eye. It makes your foundation move properly and it will hug the skin in a beautiful way. So when you apply your foundation, you want to start in the center of the face, around the nose, forehead, chin, and then you take the excess and you continue out to the rest of your face. That's because that's where you have the most discoloration. That's where the discoloration lives. So I like to start with a brush, and then I like to use my fingers to really press it into the skin. You don't want to see the foundation, you want this foundation to just become part of your skin. Around the eye area, I really like to use something a little bit lighter, whether it be a lighter concealer, in the inner corner of the eye and the upper cheekbone. I like to go in with a little bit of Weleda Skin Food or Dr. Hauschka Eye Balm, and I add a little bit right here and in the inner corner right there. Not only does it add like a gleam and a glow, but you get a little extra moisture exactly where you need it. For medium coverage, it's so important to start with hydration. Typically, your eye area is very dry, and when doing medium coverage foundation, you want to add a little extra moisture. To apply medium coverage foundation, I love using a beauty blender. To use it, my technique is to make it really wet, squeeze out the excess water. I even kind of dab it on a paper towel so it's not too wet. And then I kind of roll it onto the skin, really pressing the product into the skin. What that does is it kind of covers the pores and gives a seamless effect. When applying concealer for a medium coverage look, I like to start in the inner corner of the eye. That's where you're darkest, so that's where you really want to concentrate on most of the product, and then you spread it out. For a medium coverage look, that's all you need. So for a high definition, full coverage makeup look, you want to start with a pore minimizer. That's going to give us an airbrush quality to our skin. I like to use a brush with heavy foundation to really get the product onto the skin. I still use my fingers to kind of press it into the skin. I'm starting at the center of the face where we have most of our discoloration, and then I'm blending out. I like to do concealer after foundation because I want to see where I need it the most. I think if you do concealer before foundation, you can tend to go a little bit heavier than you might. After perfecting the foundation, I'm going to take a concealer that closely matches your skin. If it airs on lighter or darker, you want to go a little bit lighter. I'm going to press it into the inner corner of the eye and the upper cheekbone area, a little bit of the bridge of the nose. To finish your high definition look, set your foundation with powder. All the foundation tricks you need for a flawless face.
I'll stop the video for a while to observe the differences you can see here. We could say that the left image portrays perfectly a cinema makeup, a film makeup. The coverage is really sheer, really light. It's almost natural, as if the girl here doesn't have any makeup on. The middle image could be for TV, where we have more coverage needed on the face because of the cameras being medium to wide shots. And then on the right, we have the full coverage which can be ideal for theater, I could say, but in theater, most of the times we use even more makeup than this. But this is a full coverage effect as well, so you can take a really good example here and see the differences between the three. I'm leaving some moments for you to observe. It's really important to see the final result in order to do this yourselves.
I'm Romy Salamani.
That was the related video. And then we go to the application of each foundation type. Most of the times you can use your own ways of applying foundation. Depends on the material and the types of foundation we mentioned in our fourth session. But there are some ways you can achieve a perfect look with some techniques. Liquid makeup is best applied with a brush, sponge, or fingers. Cream makeup is best applied with a brush or sponge for an even finish. Stick makeup can be applied directly from the stick and blended with a brush or sponge. Serum makeup is applied with a dropper. It comes in the package and blended with fingers, a brush, or sponge. Mousse makeup is best applied with fingers or a sponge for a lightweight feel. Mineral makeup, which is quite ideal for sensitive skins, is applied with a dense brush, ideal for sensitive skin. Yeah. Powder makeup is best applied with a brush or puff sponge. Powder makeup is just applying powder most of the times instead of foundation and powder. It's just applying powder on the face. And we have lastly tinted moisturizer makeup that is either applied with fingers for a sheer finish or a brush for a slightly more coverage. On the image on the right, you can also see the visual texture of each material. Now moving on. Foundation colors and shades in TV, film, and theater makeup. Choosing the right foundation color is crucial for makeup artists in either field, TV, film, or theater, to ensure performance looks their best under different lighting conditions and for various camera requirements. By carefully selecting and testing foundation colors for each field, makeup artists can ensure performers look their best regardless of the medium. So regarding TV makeup foundation colors, we use true to skin tone high definition foundations with accurate undertones always tested under studio lighting. We take some considerations that we have high definition cameras that capture every detail, making it essential to match foundation precisely to the performer's skin tone. Studio lighting can often be bright and harsh, even in television, potentially washing out colors. So this happened to me before. Most of the times when I began my my journey, you could say, in makeup, I used heavy materials like stick makeup and intense shades for the eyeshadows, and I was like, yeah, this person is ready, is camera ready, and then they informed me from the control that it was barely visible in the camera. It was like non-existent. So sometimes in television you really have to be you have to put makeup in a heavier way to be more bold in television. It's something in between cinema and theater. So you should always perform tests, makeup tests, before the final makeup. We have color selection that is specific. Foundation should match the performer's natural skin tone exactly. A range of shades should be used to mix and match if necessary. In general, we pay attention to undertones, cool, warm, and neutral, as we mentioned before, to ensure a natural look on camera. Test foundation shades under the studio lights ensure that they appear natural and not too light or dark. That's what I mentioned right now. And we have some specific tips as well. Ideally, a makeup artist should have a comprehensive palette of shades to cater to various skin tones. If they should also use color correcting products sparingly if needed to address specific skin concerns like blemishes or rosacea and other skin issues. Regarding film makeup foundation colors, we select natural matching shades flexible enough for varied lighting conditions, tested under different light setups. So the foundation we use shouldn't be really dry as a feel when you test it on yourselves, because always the first model you apply makeup is yourselves. So you always test on you the product you buy and want to try on professionally. We take some considerations that lighting conditions can change frequently. We have indoor, outdoor, natural, and artificial light. Foundation needs to look good in both detailed close-ups and wider shots. Regarding the color selection, foundations should closely match the performer's skin tone to ensure a natural appearance. As much as possible, we keep a range of shades to adjust for different lighting setups and scene requirements should that be needed, and accurately match undertones to avoid the foundation looking off under different lighting. We have also some specific tips regarding film makeup. We perform various tests as well, like we did in television, under various light conditions to ensure the consistency of makeup. So a makeup not only needs to be really natural in cinema makeup, it also needs to be consistent. So we take really good care of our models and actors on where we put makeup. We consider slight adjustments for scenes with dramatic light changes as well. And yeah, that's pretty much for film makeup. Regarding theater makeup foundation colors, we choose slightly darker, bold shades to stand out under stage lighting, tested under actual stage lights. Regarding stage lighting, where we have intense and colorful lights that can alter how makeup appears. And we also have the audience that views performance from a distance. So makeup needs to be more, what's the word, more pronounced, you could say, more accentuated. The features should be more accentuated. We also have a color selection for theater makeup. Foundations might be a shade darker than the performer's natural skin tone to compensate for stage lighting. More pronounced colors help features stand out under bright stage lights. We also ensure consistency across all performers to avoid mismatched appearances on stage. We test makeup under stage light to see how colors translate in every aspect, not only in regards to foundation, but also with eyeshadow and blusher. And we use theatrical foundations designed to withstand intense lighting and long performances. So it's pretty much a one chance makeup. You just do theater makeup one time, and then it's really a matter of if you did a good work and if the odds are in your favor, you could say. Some general guidelines for all mediums. We have a skin tone range. We keep a diverse range of foundation shades to match different skin tones accurately. We mix shades, as we mentioned before, so we are prepared to mix shades to get the perfect match if it is needed, especially for custom blending undertones. We also perform foundation testing and color correcting should this be needed. Now, regarding the tools to apply foundation in TV, film, and theater makeup, we got a variety of them. The most important ones are sponges, brushes, sponges and brushes. Brushes being of two different categories, foundation and concealer brushes. The tools to apply makeup in either medium are chosen to meet the specific demands for each medium that ensure a flawless and long-lasting finish. Makeup sponges are essential for blending and achieving a natural finish, particularly in TV and cinema. Foundation brushes are widely used for initial application and for blending, and are crucial for all three mediums. And concealer brushes are used for precise application of concealer also in all three mediums. Makeup sponges are used for seamless natural blending effects to avoid streaks. They are ideal for HD foundations to create a flawless finish. However, a sponge can absorb a great quantity of liquid foundations, so it is a less ideal tool than brushes. You should really take that into consideration. Flat or domed brushes can be used for a smooth application, helping in achieving an even layer foundation. This is regarding TV makeup foundation. And regarding also concealer in TV, we use a small precise one for applying and blending concealer on a specific spot we desire. Regarding film makeup foundation tools, we got sponges that are also ideal in this instance. Damp sponges are also ideal and help in blending foundation even more seamlessly. So in film makeup foundation application, it is best to damp the sponge and squeeze it to remove the excess of water, and then use the brush, the sponge to apply makeup. Regarding foundation and concealer brushes, we use high quality synthetic brushes that are used widely for an even application. Most of the times they are also used for initial application before blending with a sponge. This is really helpful in order not to have the sponge absorb the liquid. So you start with a brush on the face, and then you blend seamlessly with a damp sponge on the face all the makeup. Regarding theater makeup foundation tools, stippling sponges or wedges are commonly used for heavy cream or pancake foundations, the most heavy form of foundation, that have the most coverage, ensuring an even and thick coverage suitable for stage lights. Regarding the brushes for theater, they are usually dense, flat brushes to use for cream foundations. They also help in spreading foundation evenly. And regarding concealer brush in theater, usually the concealer brush offers precise application of concealer to cover blemishes or discoloration on the skin. Now, another important issue is the longevity of foundation in TV, film, and theater. We really desire longevity of our foundation. We can't be all the time on the actor. It becomes really tiring, and for the actor and for us ourselves. We also stop the shooting in order to remake the makeup or to adjust or to make some small adjustments. So it's not very ideal. It's best to do whatever we can from the very start, from the very beginning. The longevity of makeup in TV, film, and theater varies due to different environmental conditions, though, performance requirements, and lighting. TV makeup needs to last several hours with frequent touch-ups, especially for close-ups. We have a controlled environment that helps with the overall longevity. Film makeup requires durability for long shooting days and varying conditions. We also have to do frequent touch-ups, which are essential due to diverse environments and detailed close-ups. Yeah, because in film we can really have an outdoors shooting in which we have rain, for example, or mist, or humidity, or dryness. So the kind of makeup is also crucial, but also the longevity of this makeup applied. And regarding theater makeup, it needs to withstand heat, sweat, and physical exertion for the entire performance, with minimal opportunities for touch-ups, unfortunately. Heavy-duty products and techniques are used to ensure this longevity, but on the slide shown, you can see an overview of what impacts the longevity of makeup in each medium. and in theater. Now, some more things to say about longevity regarding TV. Yeah, we have controlled conditions in a studio for TV. The lighting can be bright and consistent. So the factors for TV makeup should be the duration, the close-ups, heat and sweat, as well as in film and theater. So all three mediums have these three longevity factors. The duration of our makeup, close-ups of the camera, and heat and sweat, so the conditions of the makeup. The management we perform in TV is applying primer. We use a good primer to create a smooth base and enhance makeup adherence. Setting powder to apply after the foundation. We also control shine this way. And we also use a setting spray to lock in makeup and extend its wear. We perform touch-ups, which are essential, especially before close-up shots. So whenever you have a close-up shot or you get informed for a close-up shot in television, you ask to do a touch-up on your model or actor. Regarding film makeup, the management we perform is use, again, a high-quality primer to ensure a long-lasting base. We choose long-wearing foundation, high-definition foundations. So we got both benefits, long-wearing and high-definition. We also use setting powder sparingly to set the makeup without making it look cakey. We use setting spray to lock the makeup again. We also perform regular touch-ups as in television. This happens especially in challenging environmental conditions, as we mentioned before. Makeup artists should also be on set to monitor and maintain the makeup. So you observe at all times how the makeup looks on camera in film conditions. Regarding theater makeup longevity, the management we perform is also use a heavy-duty primer to create a strong base. We use a high coverage foundation, highly pigmented, long-wearing foundations like cream and pancake. These usually tend to be waterproof as well. We use a generous amount of setting powder to set the makeup and control shine. And also a setting spray, again, designed for stage makeup to ensure it stays put. We have limited opportunities for touch-ups during the performance. Makeup should be designed to withstand sweat and heat, and performers may have makeup kits with them for quick touch-ups during intermission. Now, the steps for TV makeup, as we mentioned before, is to prepare and clean, moisturize the skin. We have to apply makeup in TV with precision to ensure it looks flawless on camera, because TV lighting can be really harsh and unforgiving. So the makeup needs to be meticulously applied to achieve natural yet polished look. So yeah, we prepare, clean, moisturize the skin. We apply a lightweight, non-greasy moisturizer specifically to hydrate the skin and create a smooth canvas on the makeup, you could say. We primer the skin. We use a primer tailored to the individual's skin type, mattifying for oily skin and hydrating for dry skin, to be exact. Primer helps blur imperfections and create a long-lasting base before the foundation. We select a foundation that matches the skin tone exactly. Most of the times you can test it on the jawline of the model and check it under different lighting conditions to ensure a perfect match. Liquid or cream foundations work well for TV as they provide good coverage and blend really seamlessly into the skin. The application can be done using a damp sponge makeup for makeup, or a foundation brush for smooth, even finish. we start from the center of the face usually and blend outward, as we saw in the video previously. We ensure even coverage for all visible areas, including the neck and the ears. We use a stippling or dabbing motion rather than sweeping to avoid streaks and achieve a natural finish. We use a concealer that is one shade lighter than your foundation to cover any dark circles, blemishes, or redness. We apply the concealer with a small brush or even the fingers and blend well into the surrounding foundation. Now, in order to set the foundation, we lightly dust a translucent setting powder over the foundation to prevent shine. We focus on areas that tend to get oily, such as the T-zone, that being forehead, nose, and chin. We use a powder puff or a large fluffy brush and press the powder into the skin rather than sweeping it across the face. So that's the opposite of cinema makeup. In cinema makeup, we sweep powder with swift moves to just take excess oil of the skin or the foundation. In this instance, we really press powder in the skin into the makeup. Regarding contour and highlight, we subtly contour the face to add dimension. We use a contour powder or cream in the hollows of the cheeks, that being this area here, if you can see me, along the jawline and at the temples as well. We have a whole session about contouring, so don't worry if this doesn't make any sense right now. We highlight the high points of the face, such as the cheekbones, bridge of the nose, and the cupid's bow with a cream or powder highlighter, something that adds a natural glow and dimension as well. And we always finish with a setting spray because it locks makeup and it ensures it stays in place under hot studio lights and throughout long shooting sessions. As in cinema, film makeup, TV makeup can also be really, how can I say that? Can really be a puzzle doing a makeup for TV, because it can last for 10 or 12 hours, like a shoot for cinema. So yeah, you still have to be really careful with this. Some tips. We blend thoroughly, we check under camera lighting always, and we ensure minimal flashback. We use products with minimal SPF and avoid overly reflective powders to prevent flashbacks, which can make the skin appear white or ashy under camera flashes. That's really important to take into consideration. We keep blotting papers to do touch-ups, and pressed powder compact is really handy for touch-ups between takes to control shine as well. So even if we used a dust powder, a translucent loose powder to do the initial makeup, we then have to have in our kit for touch-ups a compact one, a compact powder. It comes really in handy. Let's see the related video.
We're doing the foundation coverage on Amalia, and we've matched her skin tone to be KO2 by RCMA, and we're just doing a full coverage here. I like to call this technique stroking, and this actually moves the makeup around. And this is called stippling, when you're kind of like tapping the makeup onto the skin. And when you're using cream foundations, the advantage of them is that they have a high pigmentation, which means basically a high coverage. And they're great because you can knock out all the discolorations on the skin very easily, which you could not do with a liquid. But you may need to stipple to create coverage and then just blend it off. So really the true way to do a cream foundation is a mix between the stippling and the stroking. You can see I'm kind of doing both on Amalia. You can go right into the eye area with the sponge. It won't hurt them at all. If you need more coverage, remember to stipple. And that's how we'll finish our foundation.
Yeah, that's pretty much the technique for TV makeup to cover some redness or blemishes. You saw the model had really red spots on the face, so this might be an issue. But in television, it's not so dramatic. You can really cover red spots easily. It is really, if I might say, sorry, a pain in the ass in film conditions to cover red blemishes. Yeah, we covered the steps for TV makeup. Now we go to steps for film makeup. Specifically, we should always prepare, clean, moisturize the skin once again. Applying foundation for cinema makeup requires meticulous attention to detail, as the high-resolution cameras used in filmmaking can capture even the smallest imperfections. So the goal here is to achieve a natural, flawless finish that holds up under various lighting conditions and during long shooting days and hours. You need materials such as a moisturizer, a primer, a high-definition foundation that can be a liquid or a cream, a light cream, not a pancake. You also use concealer, makeup sponge or brush, translucent setting powder, and a setting spray. Apart from preparing the skin, we also apply a primer on the skin. A primer suitable for the skin type of the actor. So that can be a mattifying primer for oily skin or a hydrating for dry skin. Primer helps smooth out the skin's texture also and extends the longevity of the makeup, as we mentioned in the, it was 2 slides before, 2 slides prior. Regarding applying the foundation, we select a high definition foundation that matches perfectly the skin tone of the actor. High definition foundations are designed to provide a flawless finish and look natural on camera. Liquid or cream foundations are thus ideal for cinema makeup as they offer good coverage and blend seamlessly into the skin, offering also a natural finish. We apply the foundation using a damp makeup sponge. This can be a beauty blender sponge or a foundation brush. We start from the center of the face and blend outward. We ensure even coverage for all visible areas, including the neck and the ears. So even though it is a foundation that isn't very visible on the eye, we cannot risk it. We really should apply makeup in all the uncovered spots of the skin, because camera is so detailed and high definition, so we cannot risk it at all. We should apply foundation everywhere. We use a stippling or dabbing motion rather than sweeping to avoid streaks and achieve a natural finish. Regarding concealer, we use a high coverage concealer to cover any dark circles, blemishes, or redness. So we cannot avoid some kind of coverage here if we have these issues. We choose a shade that matches the foundation or is slightly lighter for under eye areas. We also apply the concealer with a small brush or even the fingers, and we blend well into the surrounding foundation, but not too far from the eye area. This because it will make the concealer really evident. We lightly dust a translucent setting powder over the foundation to set it and prevent shine. We focus on areas, again, that tend to get oily. This can be the T-zone, forehead, nose, and chin. And we use a powder puff or a large fluffy brush and press the powder into the skin rather than sweeping it across the face in difficult conditions. So we apply the same technique as we do in television, only on oily skin to really absorb humidity from the face in the instance of powder. So if we happen to meet a really oily face in cinema, we are allowed to apply more powder to absorb humidity. So there's really a fine line between the techniques, which you should be able to observe as the years go by or as you see different occasions. Regarding contour and highlight, we contour the face to add the dimension and definition. We use a contour powder or cream in the hollows of the cheek, along with jawline and at the temples. We highlight the high points of the face, such as the cheekbones, bridge and nose, and cupid's bow, with a cream or powder highlighter. Something that adds a natural glow and dimension. But to tell you the truth, it's not that advised, because contour and highlight is really a technique mostly for theater and television. You can even get away with not putting at all contour and highlight in cinema. We also blend thoroughly. We ensure all makeup is well blended, especially at the edges of the face, jawline, and hairline. High-definition cameras can pick up on any harsh lines or unblended areas. That's why I told you it's better to avoid contour and highlight, because high-definition cameras really, really capture everything. We finish with a setting spray to lock the makeup in and ensure it stays in place under hot studio lights once again and throughout long shooting sessions. And we also have some tips regarding the steps for cinema makeup. We also check under different lighting, so we should perform tests that can endure 1 day, 2 days. It depends on the time given for the tests. We avoid over-powdering on normal skin. We desire minimal flashback, so we avoid products with high SPF or overly refractive powders. Once again, so anything that looks too artificial to you in your eyes should be avoided in cinema. And we also do regular touch-ups to keep makeup in a really natural level. So we keep blotting papers and pressed powder compact that can be handy for touch-ups between takes. So we can achieve a flawless look with all these tips. Now regarding lighting in cinema, I found a really interesting video. This is separated in two here. That's why I have two links on the slide, unfortunately. But okay, you can take really a taste of what I mean with lighting conditions in cinema. No. I'll adjust this for you.
I'm going to be mixing the hard light and the soft light together, and the brightness of each light is set to different levels. If they're all set to the same brightness, she'll be lit pretty much evenly, which will be creating a flat looking image. So this is just a light without any diffusion on it. It's creating this harsh edge light, which is separating her from the background. I've set up a softbox with the grid on it to control the spill. This is still softer than the first one, but not as soft as this one. So I'm double diffusing with the softbox and the light reflector, which is my personal favorite way of getting soft light because it's easy and quick to set up. Some of you might have noticed, but the distance from the light source to our subject, they're all different, because the bigger the light source is, the softer the light is. Because I wanted the light to get softer as it wraps around, these two lights should be closer to our subject than the first one. The closer, the bigger, the softer, right? So it's not just how you diffuse your light that's affecting the softness of the light, it's also the distance from the light source to the subject. His mouth is smiling, but his eyes were not smiling. I'm impressed. Nice job. I want to recreate this kind of interesting reflection or this kind of shadow, but we don't have fancy stuff here today, so I'm trying to find something like that. That's interesting. So we got some blue light coming from the window, which means we can play with the color. If we place yellow light, it's gonna be the color contrast, teal and orange. And to make the light even softer, there we go. We got that blue color and the yellow color. Action. As you can see, we got nice looking blinds right here. I think I can create interesting shadow on her face. To do that, we gotta place a light outside. I don't think it's gonna reach that far, so let's go. If I shoot the light right into the window, it's gonna go through the blinds, creating interesting shadow. So I'm gonna place a light here. Oh yes, looks beautiful. The tiny little light is so bright. You'll see like all of these light rays with the hard light and the smoke. She looks good. Damn, let me get a close-up. With just one light, I'm getting lots of different shots. It looks ridiculous, but I'm just gonna cover the lens. Okay, rubbing ready. Action.
So you can see you can achieve so many amazing effects just with light, but really makeup affects this overall look. We need makeup as well as good lighting conditions to express different things on occasion. We can express a really big variety of feels, so we can express anger, sadness in cinema by using a good makeup with a good lighting in combination. Yeah, that's pretty much for the steps for cinema makeup. And lastly, we got the steps for theater makeup. Applying foundation for theater makeup requires specific techniques to ensure it looks good under stage lighting and lasts throughout the performance. We can achieve a professional look by applying these steps, by performing these steps for our makeup. We really have to withstand the rigors of theater performances. So we do all these techniques shown here. Most of the products we need are a moisturizer, a primer, again, high coverage foundation, makeup sponge or brush, a translucent setting powder. May I add here a compact powder can be used directly from the package as well, and a makeup setting spray as well. We prepare the skin to remove any dirt or oils. We apply a good moisturizer to hydrate the skin. This also helps the foundation to go on smoothly and prevents it from looking cakey or too artificial. We primer the skin using a primer suitable for the skin type. It creates a smooth base and helps the makeup adhere better and last longer. We apply the foundation that might need a slightly darker tone than the natural skin tone. This prevents stage lights from washing off the overall look because the lights are so bright that it's as if the makeup is non-existent most of the times. Cream or pancake foundation is preferred for its high coverage and durability. For this, we use also a damp makeup sponge, a foundation brush, or the fingers to apply a foundation. Personally, I don't prefer the fingers for theater makeup. I find it makes some strokes on the face. You also got too much material on your figures. It can get really messy. We also start from the center of the face and blend outward to ensure even coverage. We make sure to cover the neck, ears, and any other visible skin to create a uniform look. That's really crucial in the instance of theater makeup because we have a different skin tone. We can't possibly have white ears and then a tanned face on a tanned makeup look on the face. It will be really inconsistent and fake looking. We also build coverage. We layer the foundation if more coverage is needed, especially in areas prone to redness or blemishes, because skin has also the ability to absorb makeup. So the first layer we apply of makeup on the face isn't always the amount of makeup that stays. Most of the times the skin tends to absorb makeup, and it gives a more light coverage of the product. So we have really to make sure we layer the foundation in theater makeup. We blend well, of course, to avoid any lines or streaks. We set the foundation using a translucent powder or a compact powder. We prevent the foundation from melting or becoming shiny under the stage lights. We can apply powder with a large fluffy brush or a powder puff, this being the circular flat sponge you saw in the tools session. We press it into the skin rather than sweeping it to avoid moving the foundation. So that happens because the foundation is really prone to moves. Because we desire layering of foundation, it's really easy to disturb the makeup. So to disturb the foundation. So it's better to press the powder on the face rather than sweep it. Contour and highlight is optional, but for more dramatic looks, we use contour and highlight to define the facial features. This can help the audience see expressions more clearly from a distance. We also finish with a setting spray. So we apply a setting spray to lock in the makeup and ensure it lasts throughout the performance. Because there's one more reason to do that, because we don't have the opportunity for touch-ups. It's just a performance of 1, 2, 3 hours, and the whole length of the performance should be able to maintain the makeup. So pay really good attention how you do, how you apply theater makeup. We also have some tips. We also test under stage lighting our makeup. So you perform tests with any medium, TV, film, or theater. We do regular practice applying theater makeup before the actual performance to get comfortable with the process and to see how long it takes, because theater makeup might take longer than other kind of makeup. We keep some makeup handy for touch-ups between scenes or during intermission if it is possible. So even though we know that we do this makeup once, we should have some products with us in case we have the opportunity to do touch-ups. Now you could wonder, yeah, but theater, it's since we have a really need for a heavy makeup, why don't we just proceed with foundation on the face from the very beginning? No, it's not a good technique to perform something like this. Truth is, you should not ignore skin types in theater makeup. While theater makeup indeed requires a more robust application to stand up to stage lighting and ensure visibility from a distance, it is still important to consider the performer's skin type to achieve the best results and ensure comfort and longevity of makeup. And in terms of comfort, performers need to be comfortable with their makeup during long performances. Ignoring skin types can lead to discomfort, irritation, or even skin issues. Regarding the longevity, we have different skin types that have different needs in terms of oil control, hydration, and also makeup adherence. Matching products to skin type helps makeup last longer and look better. Properly addressing skin type can prevent issues like excessive shine, dryness, or cakiness, which can detract from the overall look. Now adapting theater makeup to different skin types. Regarding oily skin, we use a mattifying primer to control excess oil and create a smooth base. We choose an oil-free foundation or matte or powder-based foundation to reduce shine and prevent the makeup from sliding off. We apply a generous amount of setting powder to set the foundation and control shine throughout the performance. And we keep blotting papers and pressed powder compact handy for touch-ups during breaks if we have the opportunity. Regarding dry skin, we use a hydrating primer to add moisture and create a smooth base. We ensure the skin is well moisturized before applying makeup to prevent flakiness and enhance the longevity of the makeup. We choose cream-based or hydrating liquid foundations that have a high coverage that provide this coverage without emphasizing dry patches. And we use setting powder sparingly to avoid the cakey appearance, focusing on areas prone to creasing. Because the dry skin doesn't create any oil on the skin, usually it absorbs the product. So the setting powder should really be applied sparingly. The opposite from oily skin, where we can apply powder with the powder puff sponge. Now with combination skin, we use a primer that addresses both oily and dry areas, or use different primers for different areas of the face. We use a mattifying primer for the T-zone, hydrating for dry areas. We also select a balanced foundation that provides adequate coverage without being too matte or too dewy. And we apply setting powder to the oily areas to control shine and use it sparingly on dry areas. So we can have a mix of techniques. It all depends on the skin type. And lastly, we have the sensitive skin, where we use a primer, a gentle hypoallergenic primer, to be precise, designed for sensitive skin to create a protective barrier, mostly for the individual wearing it. It can cause a really big discomfort having a product that's not suitable for you. Regarding foundation, we choose foundations that are free from fragrances and other potential irritants. Mineral-based foundations can be a good option, as we mentioned before from the start of our session. And lastly, we have a setting powder. So we use a gentle hypoallergenic setting powder to avoid irritation. Now, I think I skipped the theater video, so I'm going back to our previous slide.
Next.
Let me adjust this one again.
Next is foundation. So we're going to go ahead and show you the different foundations that you might think are more appropriate for you. I have full coverage. This is actually foundation. It looks more like a concealer because it's very, very thick, and it's in the form of not being a liquid. But it goes on very smoothly. And I cleaned off the brush. As you can see, I'm using the same one that I used for my concealer. And I go ahead.
I'm going to stop the video here because this product that the makeup artist is holding here is a full coverage creamy foundation you can find in MAC Cosmetics. Specifically, that's the brand she's using. That can come really in handy, both in the initial application of the makeup and on touch-ups should you be given the opportunity. She also uses a darker tone, as you will see on the model.
And fill it up, depending on, this is actually a MAC makeup. This is called Full Coverage Foundation.
And depending on your color, you want to go ahead and get the most appropriate color with your skin tone. Like I said, the concealer is a little bit lighter than your skin tone. You want to make sure that the foundation matches your neckline, because you don't want to have a face that does not match the rest of your body, which is so important when you're on stage. And what I also will do, not only using the full coverage foundation, but I'm actually going to use a little bit of the liquid to mix it up and give you a little bit of the full coverage with that. So I'm going to go ahead and use the back of my hand as a palette as if I'm an artist, because of the heat, like I said, on the back of my hand. And you want to make sure that you go ahead and mix it in. Get the good color in there. As you can see, it's much tanner than what I am. Okay, you see how you match in to see if the color is even with the foundation? Okay. Well, we need a little bit lighter. So you might want to have a few foundations at hand where you can mix them in. Here we go.
That's what I mentioned before. You should have a wide range of colors to mix them up in case it is needed. That doesn't mean you have to buy all the shades and hues from a collection, from a foundation collection, but apart from 1, 2, or 3 tones, you should also have different colors in case you need to mix them up. So ideally, you should have maybe 5 different colors and shades of a foundation. Probably, yeah, I think 4 or 5 is quite ideal.
You see, it's kind of like being an artist. We mix in the color for, okay, that is a good color. So we're going to go ahead and use this color, mix it in, and we're going to start in a large part of her face, which is her cheekbones, and work our way down. And like I said, you want to go ahead and push in on the brush. You don't necessarily want to do it as if you're painting a face. You want to push in and make sure that as you're going in, you're smoothing out that makeup. Get in there and smoothen it out, because you don't want to have it clumpy and you don't want to have too much makeup on. So right now,
You can already see the areas where the makeup artist applied the foundation in here. I don't know if you can see the cursor, by the mouse cursor. Can someone inform me if you can see the cursor of
Yes,
my...
yes,
You can
Mr.
see the cursor?
Filios.
Okay, thank you very
Yes.
much for this.
You're welcome.
You can see on the right, makeup artist has really applied 2 shades darker from the actual skin tone, even though she says it matches the skin tone of the actor. It's probably because it is desired to have a much more natural look on stage. So off stage, you have a really darker foundation applied on the face.
now it has the appearance of having a lot of makeup, but we're going to go ahead and go back over that and take out some of that makeup. You want to go ahead and go all the way up into the ear line, hairline, up here, work your way down, all the way down to the neckline, work around it. Make sure that it's nice and evenly spread out. And as you can see, it looks much darker in some areas than what it really is, because we still need to spread it out. So we're going to go ahead and spread it out, probably adding a little bit lighter color, because now that I'm putting it on, it looks a little bit too dark for her features. So I'm going to add something that's a lot lighter. And it's okay if there's a lot of makeup in the area, because we're going to go ahead and use this brush to spread it out.
Perfect. So that was the video for applying theater makeup. And pretty much that's it for today. That was our presentation. I really hope it was really informative for you all.
Yes, it was very informative and clear
I'm really glad
to
for this.
everything you said, Mr. Filios.
Perfect.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
so
very much.
relaxing watching a professional to work on your face.
Yeah, I could say it is also very rejuvenating.
Yeah,
Yeah. Apart from relaxing, it's gives you another aspect of another visualization of things.
yes. He's
Yeah.
he or she is like a painter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much makeup artists are painters for humans. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the same theory, same color theory, different application, different tools, different ways in each instance.
very, very nice. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Mr. Filios.
Thank you very much for your nice feedback. Are there
Nice.
any
Nice workshop.
thank you. Are there any questions regarding today's lesson?
Not really. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm glad
No.
you understood everything, actually.
Yeah, but I will have to go through the videos again
Yeah, of course.
and take some notes.
Yeah, in order to practice, you have to watch again the theory and read. Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much.
makeup is either way a trial and error case. You always have to go back to what you learned and refresh your knowledge regarding products, materials, and techniques of application, and also all the occasions you meet along the way. So I can say that it's not just one way to go with the makeup path. You just have to perform trial and error with the products and everything. So just go ahead and practice whenever you can.
Practice. Exactly. Thank
Mm,
you so much.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think you're ready for a task. After today's session, we count 5 sessions with today's lesson. So I'll give you a task for next time. I don't know if you'll have to submit it through email or if you prefer to describe it on our other session next week. Should
Okay.
I tell you the
Yes.
task?
That's
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I want
Yes.
all of you to imagine you are being hired to do makeup in a movie project. Okay? The protagonist of this project is an old lady, approximately of 75 years old, I could say.
Okay.
The movie takes place in the 1920s in England, script-wise. This is what the script says. It is in England in 1920s. And there are several other actors playing alongside the lady as well. Supposedly, you may have only 10 products with your tools and brushes included. That's a difficult one. Only 10 products, including the brushes and tools. I want you to explain which products you will choose for this occasion, what kind of makeup you can perform on the lady for the movie, and I want you to explain your decision. Explain why. I think you're ready after all those sessions we did so far.
Yeah.
You have all the information needed to be able to answer that.
Can we answer now?
I prefer to give the amount of time for everyone to go through this with their own pace. So I'll leave it for next week if it's okay with you.
Okay. That's okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. So probably Dragana asks for a written a task to so I
Yes,
should write it in an email perhaps.
yes,
Yes.
Kathy.
Okay, so after today's session, I'll email you and I'll have the task written on the email.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
And if
Pardon,
some,
it was a DIMITRIS FILIOS email. We have someone. I can. Yes, I
Okay.
can answer. I can send email while it's still fresh in my head.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Or you can send it to the, what is it, Mrs. Labrini? It's Aeroplio Theater, no, Mr. Nicholas Kamtsis'
Europe.
email.
Mr.
Something like European
Kamtsis'
theater.
email is NK Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
His email. Also, I have the Aeroplios email,
Okay.
where we use it also. So usually, Mr. Filios, have you sent again a task to the
No,
participant?
it's the first time.
The first time. Okay, I apologize. I'm not sure about how it has to do. Maybe maybe you sent to us, to Aeroplio, the task written, and I sent it
Okay.
along with the video, today's
Yeah,
video.
maybe it's better and preferable because participants should reply to the theater, the
Yes.
task, to reply the task in the theater.
Yes.
Not to me personally. So
that's what we will do.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
ideal. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
So everybody, I will send you from Aeroplio Theater. The email is theatreaeroplio gmail.com. I will send to you today's video along with today's task from Mr. Filios. And I would like please to write to me or say it now if someone from today's participants hasn't received the last makeup workshop. Or if there is a makeup workshop missing from you, because for the task, as Mr. Filios said, you will need all the previous makeup workshops.
You need each and every previous session, actually. I've included information from all the sessions so far.
They are 5 along with today's. Okay, 5 in total.
5 in total.
So if anybody does not have any one of these 5 workshops, please write to me or say it now to be sure you have all the informative material you will need.
We can send it to Mika Panagu.
To Mika Panagu, of course, and I write to you just right now in the chat. Sorry, I will write to everybody.
We have as well, Dimitris. I think Dimitris sent us the first introduction.
Yeah, only the first one.
The first?
I said what? I'm sorry.
We have Dimitris' email on the start somewhere.
You have Mr. Filios' email.
Yeah, but usually I do not reply from my personal email. The best thing to do is
Euro project.
Yeah, for the Euro project. Yeah,
if
exactly.
you have Euro project, it's perfect. It's valid.
Better.
Keep this email.
Yeah,
I'm writing to everybody to the chat another one email. It's theatreaeroplio. This symbol, gmail at .com. If you wish, you can keep it. Now I will write it. So, wherever you like, you can write to us if
somebody
any workshop is missing from you.
Somebody
and whatever else you like to write.
Somebody suggested, I'm reading the chat now. Somebody suggested, may you write the task again in an email form, task.
Yeah, I'll write it in an email form and I'll send it to you. Basically, the theater will send it to you once I write it.
Yes, we will send it to you.
Not me personally, yeah.
Okay.
You will receive an email from us, from Theatre Aeroplio.
Yeah, that's right.
With today's workshop and today's task.
And today's task as well, yeah,
yes.
alongside.
And you can answer back to this email if you need any help.
And you have the whole length of the week to do that. You have 1 week to just think thoroughly your answer. Don't be really pressed to do so, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
It's better to think about it because I gave you only 10 products to use for the project. You
2
have
brushes. Pardon. How many brushes we have?
That is in your answer included. So you have in overall 10 products with your brushes. You don't have 10 products and your brushes. You have 10 products in total with your brushes for this makeup project.
Thank
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. I see your comments, Mrs. Viola. Yes, of course, we will help you. Okay. I will send last week's workshop. Yes, I see your chat, your message in the chat. Perfect. Anyone else wants to share anything with Mr. Filios and all of us?
I think we're good.
Anyone else? Yeah. Maybe you want to share something in general?
Yes,
Regarding
please.
makeup.
And except for
In
makeup,
general, except for makeup.
whatever you wish. We are becoming a company, while by while, workshop after workshop.
Mm.
Okay. So, I think we are all satisfied.
Perfect.
I have Celine write something.
She only
Have
has the
only
first
Celine?
session.
Only the first makeup workshop?
Yes, please.
Only the first, my dear. So you need
Okay.
the four, the
Yeah,
rest four. Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Yes, I keep it.
Thank you so much.
You're
And
welcome. Yes, I will
Kagoya,
speak with Mr. Kamtsis and
yeah.
we will organize it.
Kagoya Viola
Mrs.
asks
Viola.
what happens when I fail the test.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. It's just I just want to see your way of thinking. Actually, it's not something that crucial.
Yes, of course. Feel comfortable?
But think this thoroughly, though. Don't take it lightly because it can happen. Really, you can be really. You can be not ready, unaware of the situation, and be really in a short time management to accumulate all your products. So it happens to all of us. Once we begin, you get commissioned with a project, and you don't have the products or the tools to take the job. So just think this thoroughly and answer. You have 1 week to do so.
Of course. And I'm writing now back to Mrs. Catherine, coming to Greece for more knowledge, probably. Yeah, and I'm writing, yes, Catherine, and all of you, you will be always welcome here.
Yeah, we'll be more than glad to
Of
accept
course.
you.
Of course. Our theater's doors will be widely open, always, for all of you. I mean it. So,
Yeah, that's pretty much for today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Filios.
I thank you for being here.
Thank you for one more nice workshop. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us this Saturday afternoon, 1st of June. Wish you again, to all of you, have a happy June, a happy summer, always
Wishing
full
you
of
the best.
health and power and prosperity to all of you. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, we give a rendezvous for next Saturday.
For next Saturday, yeah. Same hour.
I wish I will be with you. Even if Mr. Kamtsis is also here, I will be in the workshop.
Perfect.
I will participate.
Perfect, Ms. Fabrini.
Thank
Amazing.
you. Thank you
so
very
much
much.
for today.
Thank
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Joanna.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.